What's really good, everyone? It's Tay, aka Slay, really feeling like Beyonce. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me today. Please don't let the hair blowing distract you too much. I have my fan on. Like I said, they have the heat set to hellfire in my apartment building. There's nothing I can do about it because we don't have thermostats in each apartment. So, in order to keep from sweating my face off, I have to have my fan on. So, there's that. Today's video is going to be the small creator tag. Yes, I'm going to be doing the small creator tag created by one of my favorite YouTube channels, Smokey Glow. Hey girl. I actually have two YouTube channels, so I can pull from both to answer these questions. So that's what I'm gonna do. Y'all like my shirt? I just got it today. It's so comfy. This is a piece of merch from another YouTube channel that I love very much, Ready to Glare. Hey girl. We don't stand. Now this is a little ironic for me to be wearing because there are people that I do stand. When I say I stand, that does not mean that I am out in these streets on YouTube, on Facebook, on Insta, whatever, defending my fave's honor. Like I said in my last video, I'm way too old to be arguing with you about who you like, who you don't like, whatever. Even if I feel that your opinion is wrong, I'm just gonna be like, you know what, whatever, scroll up. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Please apply that to your own life. Anyway, let's get into the small creator tag. How many years have you been on YouTube? With my first channel, it's gone through two names. I first started on YouTube with Grown Geek Girl, and that channel was centered around comic books and comic book movies and cosplay, everything geek culture related I would talk about. The first few videos I talked about were like race and cosplay, gender and cosplay, body size and body positivity and cosplay, those things, because that's how I entered the geek community, was through my love of dressing up and becoming other characters. When my depression hit the hardest, I kind of let all that go. I didn't upload for months and months and months, and then when my depression started to subside, I decided to come back and I changed the name to Journey of a Grown Geek Girl, where I decided to talk about more about my life and what was going on with me personally. I still did movie reviews. Actually, I think the last video I put up was a review of Mission Impossible, which I strictly went to see because of Henry Cavill. I hadn't seen any of the other Mission Impossible movies. I only went to see it because Henry Cavill was in it. That's how I stand. And, but that channel was started October of 2016. So we can safely say I've been on YouTube for 2 years. With this channel, like I said, it's only been about a month and a half. So what was your very first video about? I'm gonna look that up. Okay. Oh, my first video was my theory on diversity in geek media. And that has actually come back with this whole Comicsgate thing where people are like, you're forcing diversity. I'm like, I don't know if you've realized, but society is diverse, and there are media moguls finally recognizing that people want to see characters who look like them in the media that they consume. So that was what my first video was about. And according to YouTube, that was 3 years ago. Oh my, okay. Who is your dream collab? I have so many. As I said in my last video, like, I really wish that I could hop on a plane, on a train, in a car, and go film videos and meet the people that inspired this channel, Slay Del Val. I think overall, my dream collab would be Makeup Shayla. Like, meeting her was fantastic. She was the sweetest thing. But to actually sit down and talk to her and learn from her and just shoot the shit would be a dream come true. So she's up there. She's number one. But everybody that I interact with on Twitter, really, I would love to meet and collab with. So what would it mean for you? I have everything written down in my journal, so that's why I keep looking down. What would it mean to you to make it on YouTube? This one's weird for me because I am not the type of person who wants my career to become YouTube. I am going to go to school when I get to California for my esthetician license. I'm going to go to beauty school. Skincare actually is more important to me than makeup, because if your skin's not right, your makeup's not going to be right. Anyway, but that is my career path. I want to be an esthetician, work in a spa, salon, what have you, and then have my own clients on the side. I want to make people beautiful, basically. And that's something that's always been in my life. YouTube, as I've watched it and as I've been a part of the community, I've seen the ups and downs and how much harder it is for people to be successful on this platform. And, you know, the money is inconsistent. So I honestly don't think I could be, as somebody who craves stability in her own life, I don't think that, and that's also a lot of pressure to be like, I have to create, I have to stay on top of this, I have to keep the momentum going, because if not, then, you know, the views are going to go down, which means the money's not going to come in the way it did last month, last week, whatever. And that's a lot of stress, you know, so I don't think that I'm that I am strong enough to have YouTube be my full-time career. But would it be cool to have YouTube AdSense money help me pay off my student loans, to pay for beauty school, to help pay for my move, to help pay off my credit card debt? Yeah. You know, that's really what it would mean to me. Just having the extra income to where I wouldn't have to worry about my debt. Because there's a lot of it right now. I'll be real with you. Would I love to meet everybody that I admire? Makeup Shayla, Isla Sarai, Desi, Katie. Would I love to rub shoulders with them? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I think that would be really the pinnacle for me. Like, just being able to meet these people and be like, hey, how are you? I'm Slay. What's really good? And that's it. Like, I don't dream of fame the way I used to. For me, making it would mean just making extra income to be able to eliminate my debt, to be able to pay for school without sweating how much it's going to cost, and being able to at least once rub shoulders with the people that got me into makeup. What is your end goal on YouTube? My mission statement is to educate, entertain, inform, and inspire. That's really what I'm here to do. And thankfully, this platform exists for me to be able to do that. You know, I wouldn't mind if I became for somebody what Jackie Aina once was for me. And I said this in a video on Journey of a Grown Geek Girl when I discussed my makeup journey. I'm actually going to make another makeup journey video for this channel when I do a full face of makeup revolution. But she was reviewing the Naked Heat palette when it first came out, and she was doing a giveaway, and I wrote under in her comment section, I was like, I found makeup because of you. I found that doing my makeup didn't make me depressed. In another video, you were talking about seeking counseling, and that finally convinced me to seek counseling. You literally saved my life. Like, I don't need that to feed my ego, but Oprah said that if you just change one life, that is a reason to have lived. And I want to do that for someone. What is the hardest part of YouTube? I think everybody may have the same answer. It's very time consuming. I've only been able to do this video and my last video because I was home from work. That's been the hardest part for me, just creating the content, figuring out what content I want to create that may be interesting, and the time it takes to film, edit, and upload. What is the best part of YouTube? Everybody that I've met. Everybody that I have connected with by becoming, even prior to creating this channel, the people that I watched and connected with on Twitter, and then them in turn inspiring me to create this channel. Everybody that I adore. That's the best part of YouTube. The actual community of it, the way that we uplift one another, the way that most of us can disagree, and still be civil and still be like, hey, I adore you. We're like, hey, why don't you try this, or see this way, or have you tried this new primer, or or I tried this foundation because of you, or is this eyeshadow palette pigmented? Here, I have it. I can do swatches for you and send them to you via DM. Like, I've actually done that for someone. So that the community aspect of it, the support and the love shown, has been my favorite part of it. And joking with some of the drama channels that I interact with, it's like, if I blow up and if I do something stupid, please check me on it. I expect to be checked, and y'all too. Like, if you see me going off the rails, if you see me being ridiculous, like, hey girl, hey, you need to rein it in. What is the funniest comment you've ever gotten? First thing that comes up for me, I haven't gotten any funny comments on Slay Del Val, but on Grown Geek Girl, one of the things that I realized after I started consistently posting videos is that people were so shocked that there were black girl geeks. Like, yes, we exist. So one guy was like, oh my god, like, I don't understand why you're talking about this. Every time I try to talk to a girl about comics, her eyes glaze over and da-da-da-da-da. He started off like trying to insult me, and then when I had him watch some of my other videos, he started being like, you are so beautiful, and I cannot believe a woman like you exists, and oh sweetheart, and he started calling me every term of endearment in the book. I was like, wait a minute. Wasn't I this other thing? Okay, whatever. So that whole situation is funny to me. What is the meanest comment you've ever gotten? In my description for the Riri Williams video, I said that I'm going to continue to drink the tears of all of these salty fanboys, and somebody was like, well, that's real mature. And under that, like, I don't think I commented anything snarky back, but then he called me a bitch, and then somebody else under that comment spewed the N-word at me, and I think that's the nasty. Like, that whole thread was just nasty. None here on Slay Del Val, thankfully, but like I said, they're coming. As growth continues, they are coming. I know it. What other subject matter could you create a YouTube channel about? Well, I have Journey of a Grown Geek Girl. And I decided to start cosplaying again, because after Geek sank, a love for costumes and makeup, cosplay makeup and all of that, costume construction, all of those things has been reignited in me. So I decided I'm going to start uploading there more. I'm going to start reviewing movies, not just comic book movies, because there's some big ones coming out next year, but other movies. Like I said, I reviewed Mission Impossible 6. I saw Bohemian Rhapsody and A Star is Born while I was out in California. Like, I would love to talk about those. I also have a bookcase full of books that I aim to read, and I want to talk about those. Some of them are self-help, some of them are fantasy, some of them are sci-fi, some of them are comic books. Like, I have a whole series of Batman and philosophy, Superman and philosophy, Deadpool and philosophy. I would love to read those, talk about those. I have some classic graphic novels like V for Vendetta and Watchmen. I want to read and talk about those. So mainly everything that is not makeup related that I'm into is going on Journey of a Grown Geek Girl as I find time and passion to create on that channel again. Why did you start your YouTube channel? As I've stated in many videos, makeup saved my life. And I love it so much, and I kept getting encouraged by people in my everyday life, like people that I work with. There are people that are my friends on Facebook from high school. They were like, I did that eyebrow tutorial for them. Like, I have a vamp stamp tutorial, even though the vamp stamp has been around for a couple years. Like, people are still like, please do that video because I know you use it and I can never get the angle right. So knowing that there are people who truly want my feedback on makeup and makeup application and new products coming out, that makes me feel good. So being able to share, and I really wanted to be a positive force in this community because we've all seen what went on these last few months, and I thought it was time for some fresh new blood as the old guard is being changed out, as it were. What video are you embarrassed by? There are a few. If you scroll down, before I posted my problematic brands, my first problematic brands video, you'll see me just kind of talking out of my ass about everything. There's one that comes to mind where I think I'm talking about platitudes don't excuse bad behavior. That was sparked by a friend on Facebook who he's like, I hate that Marilyn Monroe quote about if you don't deserve me, if you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. And that he's like, that just gives people a license to be an asshole. I'm like, no, that's not what that quote means. That quote literally means that if you're not with me when I'm going through the worst of life, then you don't get to be with me when I'm celebrating the best of life because you weren't there with me during the struggle. Not, I get to treat you however I want because this is just how I am. And I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe that you have to accept somebody being an asshole. And I don't believe that people are like, well, this is just how I am. Like, okay, that is just how you are. I get to leave. I don't have to tolerate this. And like, the reason that people think that they can continue being an asshole is because people do stay and people do tolerate it and people don't call them out on it. But in that video, I sound like a blithering idiot. Like, here's the point, here's me talking all around it until I finally found the center. And I just sound like I'm talking out of my ass. What video are you most proud of? I would say I'm most proud of my beauty bakery video because it's taken a long time for me to, one, get the courage to do makeup on camera, and two, to get to the place where I am with my singlehood and romance and dating and all of those things. To get to the point where I can say, I would rather be in love, I would rather be in a relationship, but I can still be happy without those things and not use my singlehood as a badge of honor and just sit and just be and allow this to be my reality for right now. That has taken some work. It has taken time, and I'm very, very proud that I got to share that with everybody and that it was received as well as it was. You know, I didn't have people come in and it's like, well, the clock is ticking if you want to have kids, you know, that I was really afraid of that. Or it's like, I was really afraid of, you know, people who aren't subscribed, who maybe like my video came up and they're recommended being like, you don't mean this, you know, you really are just bitter. And I was really afraid of that, but that didn't happen. I got nothing but support, and it's my truth, and I'm glad that I got to share that. Oh, what is your first YouTube memory? I'm gonna do this in two parts. I think the first time I had heard of YouTube was when I was at this job. It was 2 jobs before I moved to New York, and I just used YouTube to watch music videos, and there was the one song that I had fallen in love with by E40 called You and That. It was E40, T-Pain, and Candy Burris, and I just hit YouTube and kept playing that video on loop. So that's my first real introduction to YouTube, was like, oh, I can find the music videos here. But my first YouTube memory as far as like uploading, because I used to upload from strictly my phone and no editing, no nothing. But uploading that first video and getting that feedback, and getting feedback from people that were just on the interwebs, people that I didn't know in my real life. That was exhilarating. And that's what kept me going. And hopefully in the future, as growth continues, I will continue to be inspired because of the feedback that I get from you all. And that is it. Those are all the questions in the tag. I would like to tag everyone who is watching me, everyone who is a creator, to do this tag. It's a fun way to look back, and it's a great way to keep your vision in front of you. So go forth and be fabulous. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I brightened your day. There's a lot of horrible things going on in the world. All my love and prayers are going out to everybody in California who's dealing with these horrific wildfires. Sending love and strength and healing vibes to the firefighters and the first responders who are risking their lives to get this fire under control. And all my love to you all. Thank you so much for being here. Like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things. And I'm always aware that there are a million videos that you could have watched today. I humbly thank you for coming to Slay. Bye! Just sitting here letting the fan blow my hair. Feeling a certain kind of way. Okay, bye.